generation. No more standing out in line. So good at wasting our time. We are the lazy generation. We are the lazy generation. We are the lazy generation now.
Welcome to the first round of the 2008 GP4 Offline Championship. I'm JWF1 and I'm joined by my new co-commentator Statto. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm really looking forward to this after last season's dramatic ending with Yuri Massa winning the title. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes with many of the drivers staying at the same teams with obviously George Rope, Mackenzie with each other, Sontag. It will be very interesting to see what happens here.
Indeed, as you can see, as we saw on the front row, Roke is on pole with Willows in second. Yuri Mata, the defending champion, only 11th in a McLaren, so it'll be very interesting to see if he can make a comeback. Jay McKenzie also didn't get a good qualify, and he's down in 13th. Even Roland Motter, in his first ever race for Renault, is down in 16th. James Willows, after a mixed qualifying session, is down in 17th. So a lot of people got caught out during the mixed conditions of qualifying. So, do you think this will be a good race?
This should be a good race. Let's see what the weather will be like for the race, if it will be dry or not. It's good
Indeed,
results
and
page tonight as well.
It is dry for the race. There is a bit of cloud cover over on the track, but there is no expected rain on the forecast, so we should have a completely bone dry race indeed. So, Roke on the left, Joseph on the right. Who is going to get the lead into turn number one? It looks like George might have the easy one, but you never know. We're now at 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go here for the 2008 season. And it's not a very good start for Joseph Willows. William Nella seems to have got the best start out of the two of them. In fact, Nella trying to take the lead into turn number one. And he's
done it. What a move.
Fantastic.
And Willows has got past Roke as well.
Indeed he has, yes. Roke's not had the bestest start of the grid, clearly on the dirty side of the track. But Nella leads Willows second. In fact, Roke wants to try to get back. Meanwhile, Wallen Williams is
past.
Yeah, Jack Boyman indeed.
He takes him out.
And oh, we got a rear wing problem there. Sontag's lost a little bit of his rear wing. What happened?
Oh, he got hit by Yuri Mata. Oh, that is not a good start for the world champion. And now he's holding up this pack of cars. It's going to be very tight. And Will Nella is already streaking off into the distance with Willows trying to hold off George Roke for third place.
Indeed, in fact, George Roke tried to have a look at him down into the right-hander, but Joseph thought better of it. In fact, the Toyota trying to defend two other cars there. Nella's going to have to do, Marta's going to have to do a full lap out of front wing going into the pits, and he's holding up a train of cars at the moment, and it looks like they're all struggling to try and find their way past him.
Oh,
contact. That is not good. That's
the car off. So that's Byrne, I think that is. I'm pretty certain. And
no, it was Thompson. Well. It was Thompson in the Red Bull. So it was clearly confusing who went off there, clearly. And now the gap's about a second now between Nella and Willow. So Nella already streaking away. The Ferrari was very quick during testing, and it's clearly showing today. Willow's trying his best to keep up with it, but he's got more points behind than what he's got in front at the moment.
Actually, oh no, he's got actually a fair bit away from George Roke, and who's dropping back to Boyman. And there's a battle here for 5th place. Volko, David Rosso, great race at the moment. And Wolf is up into 8th for Super Aguri. Wow, that is quite a start from him. Mackenzie's
indeed, and James Willows has actually got quite a good start. He started all the way down in 17th, and now he's got his way up to 11th. A great start, obviously taking advantage from all the carnage that happened. As now there's a queue of cars coming into the pits now, as you see there. Martin was in the pits, Sontag's in the pits, and they're joined by 2 other cars. And meanwhile, Waze Cuba trying to find a way. We got a big crash.
Oh, okay. That is D'Alessio, Mackenzie, and I think Zachary as well.
Let's see what happened. So, it just seemed like Zachary tried to defend Mackenzie, but Mackenzie was clearly not expecting him to brake too early, and I think D'Alessio was just too fast and didn't slow down in time, and obviously caused the crash. Nothing that either of them could have done there. Maybe D'Alessio should have been a little bit cautious, but obviously the understeer around that corner is quite heavy around there, so 50-50 really for D'Alesio's case. Mackenzie's able to keep going, but he's going to have to make a trip back to the pits. He's only got half a front wing, and meanwhile there's now just a gaggle of cars going down to the 4th to last corner.
Zachary who's holding them up, trying to do
So
if he lost the front wing, I don't know. He's going quite slowly. He's
Well,
really
he
holding
did
these
go
guys
off,
up.
didn't he? He did go off. So we'll see if he actually ends up ducking into the pits after this. And no, he doesn't.
Oh no, he doesn't. Oh, okay. No.
So it just seems that he clearly rejoined into a pack where there was already a train. As meanwhile, Thompson going down the inside of one of the Toyotas is Evan Byrne. Down the inside, is he able to get the job done? They're still side by side as they go around turn 2. But Byrne able to keep it going. So some great defending from the Toyota right there.
All and both runners are trying to get past Zafri. Kuba can't. Moichin's on the outside, but he's not going to be able to make the move stick.
Indeed, and so far Zafri, even despite that mistake, doing a great job in the, you'd say, less powered Ferrari engine Force India, but he's clearly doing a good job holding up the two runners at the moment as we skip to lap 4. Meanwhile, Mottrin
Moichin.
now,
Oh, they made contact. And
once again,
Moichin has always he's managed to save it. But
yeah,
he's held
indeed,
up
that's the second time that they've hit each other, and clearly
behind him.
Mottrin has come off the worst, and now he falls into the clutches of one of the Hondas. I believe that's Alex Southgate, who looked to the left, now looking to the right, but obviously Mottrin's shut the door there, indeed. And so already a chaotic start to the 2008 season as we skip to I think, further down the line.
And Southgate's trying it again. He's gone on the inside and he's made the move stick. He's going to make the move stick on both Renaults. What a move. Southgate up into P11.
Indeed, the best of the late breakers out of them. The two Renaults were just not expecting that. So Southgate's taken 2 for 1 there. Rather than taking one Renault, he's just taken both of them. Say, thank you very much, I'll take that place now. As now, Mottrin trying to take advantage of Cuba. In fact, it seems like Cuba seems to be driving backwards. Clearly, he's not having the pace today. As Mottrin now going down to the inside of the Belgian, is able to get the job done, and this time gets through into 12th position. And now, Waste Cuba's got to worry about Thompson behind us. Strachan now tries to look to the inside of Page Knight, but Page Knight thinks the better of it as they go towards the end of the lap again, trying to look to the inside, but Knight defending the inside. So these two have been at it hammer and tongs for quite a while since the opening laps.
Indeed. And there is Adam Wolf still in 8th place on his own right now, but he's doing a great job so far.
Indeed, and
Strachan, he's going to go try and go on the inside. Is he going to make it? Page Knight's pushing him out. Has he done it?
Yes, he has. Quite a good move that was. In fact, he's already like a few car lengths in front of him. Knight did not get a good entrance into that corner, clearly going too slow. Now Sontar trying to make a comeback. Looking at Byrne now, he should be able to get him easily, but you never know around this track. It is quite a hard track to overtake around here, as now he gets the slipstream. Byrne again defending. So Sontar, even though looking to have the faster car, clearly he's not having an easy time trying to pass the midfield right now. And they said lap there because he's in the Ferrari. He dropped back obviously at the start because of that rear wing. But at the moment, Sontar surely, but he should have him down the straight, surely. If not,
got the power. There he goes.
He does indeed. He should be able to get it on a straight line. Yes, he didn't even need to use the corner for that. Up into 15th he goes. Bird tried to look past again, but it just didn't work this time as Cuba locks up round the right-hander, and now Thompson's all over the back of him right now. Cuba does not seem to feel comfortable in that car right now. He's clearly struggling. Clearly this track is not suited to the Renault whatsoever, and well, Cuba's probably going to have to settle in for a long race at this rate.
Here comes, is he going to make a move? He's going to go around the outside, but that's not going to work, is it? Close to
No,
the
not
wall.
quite, and once again, Cuba just shuts the door on him going around that chicane there. So, we're only into lap 9 and there's already a lot of action. So, around about this point, when do you expect the drivers to probably pit, do you think?
I reckon probably around about lap 20 or so, I think. Maybe, or in the late teens, I recken.
Well,
Depending
I think
on
we're expecting a 2-stop today in this race, so I guess you could say a lap 20 pit stop, and maybe towards the end of the lap 30s area, maybe you should expect it to do their second stop. But you never know, of course. You don't know if any of them's doing a 1-stop or maybe even risking it for his 3-stop today. Who knows? Cuba once again locking up into turn number 1. Clearly those brakes on that Renault are not working. They've already brought Sontag into the mix as well. Sontag has quickly cut 2 of them off. Thompson needs to get past him quickly. Surely this time, no. Cuba once again defends the inside into turn number 3. And now Sontag has got into this group. Is Sontag going to get past these two easy? Maybe Thompson could use Sontag as a little bit of a decoy to try and get past Cuba. If Sontag gets past Thompson, then maybe Sontag could do Thompson a little bit of favour. In fact, Thompson
makes the move.
And
And
no, he still doesn't do it. So now he's got to worry about Sontag now. He's tucked up right into his slipstream, round
lost
the
ground
left
as well.
after. And let's see if he's able to do it. Round the outside. No, not quite. Once again, they seem so defensive around them corners. Meanwhile, we cut a little bit, and it looks like he's already passed Thompson right now. So now
Back
he's
to
looking
Cuba
at
now.
Cuba. Let's see, Danny inside. Is Sontag
He's got
able
it
to get...
stuck.
Yes, he does. Up into 30th position. Thompson, though, not able to take advantage of that whatsoever. We're on lap 11 of 58 here at the Australian Grand Prix. And, well, what an entertaining race it's been, seeing a lot of the top guys at the back from
Now he's going
the
past.
crash. It makes me question what on earth's Marta doing at the moment. Is he making a comeback?
I don't know where he is. I don't know. I don't know if he's. I don't
kind
think
of
he's
fell
as
off
high
the,
as.
yeah, he's kind of fell off the radar a little bit. And
He's not ahead of Sontag, definitely not. He's definitely behind it, for sure.
wherever that behind him is, we have no idea.
He's not. He's below 15th. I've had a look at the order.
Meanwhile,
so
Sontag puts a move on Alex Southgate, moves up into 12th position. Next up is Waste Cuba's teammate, Roland Motrin. So he should be able to find a way past him easy. In fact, he's in that train of gaggle of cars. In fact, Zaffrey's been holding on to this group for ages now. He's doing a fantastic job. Surprise, surprise from Aswell Zaffrey at the moment.
And here's Sontag going past After. He's obviously got past Moitu, and here he goes down the straight. Has he got power? I think he has.
He should.
Gonna...
I mean, they are carrying similar. They are the same engine, but no.
Oh no, he doesn't.
So Zaffrey's not even giving way to a Ferrari today. So it seems that Zaffrey clearly is the best when it comes to defending. So maybe that could become a factor during the season. Maybe Zaffrey could be one of the guys who could potentially get forced in his first points if and when it comes, as now the rookie Volker comes into the pits. So in the Toro Rosso, he's been having a good race so far. Toro Rosso have definitely improved their car from last season. Last year's car was just awful. It was absolutely awful. The team scored no points last season, finished last in the Constructors. But it seems to be a better chassis at the moment, as Volker is coming out of the pits and he rejoins in 8th. So at the moment, if all things are good, Volker is looking on course to get the team's first points since 2006. So that will be quite good. And first points for him as well.
Would you try to go back past Sontag there?
In fact, now look at this. Sam Thompson's now got into the fight as well. In fact,
Gal's on the inside, and
I just got this fear right now that because of how everybody's moving about in that group right now. I just got a feeling that there's going to be a crash soon at some point if they're not careful. Meanwhile, race leader Will Neller is in the pits. This gives Josie Willows the lead, and Roke is up into second place at the moment. So
Boyman's in the pits as well. He's gone in the pits.
Indeed, definitely. He has. He's picked from 4th position at the moment. He's having a strong race. Williams did a very good job last season, well like he did in 2006, and he's also having a very good race at the moment in 4th position. So clearly Williams clearly with a change of engine for the Toyota, to the Toyota engines, it has not affected them whatsoever, and the pace is still good. So we should expect the same from Williams this season. Into the pits comes Adam Wolf. He's doing a good job at the moment for Super Gray. Maybe he could get a team some points this weekend. It's looking good for him at the moment if he's able to keep the pace up. So let's see what length of pit stop this is. We are waiting for them to come down. It's a 13.6 second stop, so clearly they put on a lot of fuel. Knight moves up to 8th at the moment, and Wolf comfortably rejoins in 9th for the time being. Meanwhile, we're back at this gaggle of cars. Surely Sontag should get past him now. Yes,
and he does.
At last, and finally, Sontag gets into the top 10. And now Zaffrey's got to worry about the other gaggle of cars that are behind him. Motrin will be the first to probably try and overtake him. Meanwhile, Strachan, Boyman's teammate, is in the pits. There was a lot of confusion at the beginning of the year who was getting the Ferrari and Williams seat, because initially Strachan was at Ferrari and Sontag was at Williams.
Sontag was not happy with that at all. He was livid, but he was much more relieved when he actually got the Ferrari seat instead.
Indeed.
Would have been interesting though to see Strachan in Ferrari, see what he could have done though.
Yeah, clearly those two are not doing well in terms of relationship, which is Sontag claiming that Strachan did nothing to earn that Ferrari seat and it was just gifted to him on a silver platter. So
Talking of Sontag, here he comes into the pits.
Indeed he does. Sontag clearly wants a better season from last season. It's clearly not got off to the best of start. Well, it might do actually. He's actually making a fantastic comeback. He clearly feels much settled into that car. Last year's car, he was just not able to find anything. He only managed, I think, was it 1 win last year? And,
I think so, yeah. 5th in the championship.
Beaten in the championship by George
Roke,
Roke.
right.
So he was not comfortable with the 2007 car compared to his teammate William Neller. But Ferrari have built a new car over the winter, and it's clearly working for both of them. Both of them seem settled, and they're clear, and it's clear who they want to beat. It's McLaren. They want to end McLaren's period because, let's get one thing clear, McLaren are the only team that have won a championship in this. The first 2 seasons have all been won by McLaren, whether it's been Joseph Willows or Yuri Mata. McLaren has been the one that's won it. Ferrari wants to end that and put their name on the championship list. So Sontag rejoined in 19th after that pit stop, and now we're looking at what's going on here. Holst is battling with Cuba. So Cuba, yeah, once again, Cuba, if you get
an
an
awful
overtake,
race.
it is. If you get overtaken by a Force Indian, and there is something wrong with that
Bad.
car, that is clearly not the true pace of that Renault. I'm sure of it. They did well during testing. I've got to say, Cuba was like near the
Cuba was
front.
top one of the tests. He was top on one of the test days, and
Yeah.
yet
Meanwhile,
he's now
the
done
2006 champion, sorry to cut you off, the 2006 champion, Joseph Willows, is in the pit from the lead of the race. That should probably potentially put George Roke for the lead for the time being. And I do believe that Will Neller will get past him. I think that's him that's just gone past now. And yes, it is. In fact, I think Roke's already pitted because Neller's back in the lead.
second.
So,
Oh, right.
something
We
on the
must
track.
miss that.
So, Roke's already pitted, so he must have had a good lap and is now leapfrogged Joseph Willis for second. In fact, he's got a monstrous lead in front of him. And what's Volker doing?
Volker, he's going past him. He's making an overtake. Is he going to make the move stick? He does, and there's so nearly contact.
I don't
And,
think Joseph will be
stick.
pleased with that at all. Indeed, getting shoved onto the curb by Volker. The rookie moves up to third, but a few laps later, he comes into the pits anyway. So Joseph must be a little bit relieved. It's clear that Joseph wants to get that second place back off Roke. So now, because Volker's in the pits, he can now put the hammer down. He has got clear track in front of him from what I understand. So he's going to have to turn up the wick if he wants to catch up to George and get back second place. It's clear from his intentions that he wants the championship back in 2008. He was gutted as Wolf's crash.
Oh, that is gutted for him, and it looks like an engine failure by the look of it.
Yeah, so it looks like he's just put it into the wall in absolute disgust. Either an engine failure or water leak has taken care of his race. Whatever it is, Wolf, it's such a shame though. He was having such a good race. He looked up good for points, and it's all just come to a head. Super Aguirre, back to reality it seems. They had trouble last year with reliability, and it's just come back to haunt them. As we've got another yellow flag, and it's Holst. Holst in the Force India. He's crashed it actually. Let's see what happened. Oh no,
yes. Suspension, I think it said. I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, I think it did say suspension in fact. So obviously the suspension has speared him into the wall, and it's clearly lost him a wheel. And so one Force India is out, one is still in the race, of course. Meanwhile, Roke pits for his second stop. So I was kind of right nearly that it would be around about this point where they make the second stop. George Roke having a good race so far. Managed to get his first ever win in Brazil at last. And it looks like the BMW Sauber looking stronger this season. In fact, taking that pole position yesterday. But he'll be hoping he can master that.
Sontag, with 1 lap to go, he has crashed it. I don't know what's happened. Here we go.
Let's see. It might have something to do with that. Oh!
Just ran into the back of him.
That looked like a high-speed one. It just seemed that Zafri braked a little earlier. I don't think Sontag was expecting that. Let's see. Right on board. He was trying to lap him, in fact. Yeah. Zafri just braked.
Zafri moved in right in the middle of the track, so he didn't really have anywhere to pass. So that was quite unfortunate.
Zafri broke way too early. Meanwhile, Will Neller wins the first race of 2008. Congratulations to him. Martin came in 7th. Joseph Willows crossed the line in 2nd. So clearly, Roke must have been on a lighter fuel load or something. Joseph gets back up to 2nd. In fact, he was catching Neller towards the end of the race. James Willows crosses the line in a disappointing 10th. Roke crosses the line in 3rd. He picks up the final podium. Indeed. And we'll just wait for the rest of the field to go out. So fantastic for William Neller. Indeed, he had to do that. He needs some redemption from last season. He led the championship for the majority of last season, and it just slipped away from him like that.
And Master's engine is blown. Right
so he's obviously lucky then, and he got lapped because now his engine's just blown up. So a good time to end the race for him for sure. In fact, but he ended up making a great comeback anyway, up into 8th position. Boyman crosses the line in 4th position. A good result for him. Strachan across the line, fifth, a double point for Williams. Volker
Volker's
picks
6th.
up points for Toro Rosso. For
Uber down
Liam and
to 16th.
Southgate.
That in 7th place. Wow, he managed to sneak up there. He was also under the radar. I don't know how he got up there.
And there's Marta chucking
wall,
it in disgust.
not been a good
Obviously,
race for him. Went
he's
completely under
obviously
the
not
radar
happy
the
with
whole
what
race.
Sontag did, and he obviously wants to put this to bed. So not the best of starts for the defending champion, and he'll hope to put this to bed and move on to Malaysia. But overall, it's been a fantastic race, don't you agree?
Definitely been a fantastic race. I cannot wait for Malaysia, where hopefully the action should continue.
Indeed, definitely. Southgate did finish 7th. Who picked up the final point in 8th? It was Marta, actually, yes.
It was Marta, yeah.
The line in 8th position. So there you go. Then so the result says Nella wins the race, Willow 2nd, Rote 3rd, Boyman 4th, Strachan 5th, Volker 6th, with Southgate 7th, Marta 8th, Mackenzie 9th, James Willows 10th, Knight 11th, Thompson 12th, Motrin 13th, Cal 14th, Surkoff 15th, Cuba 16th, Byrne 17th. Sontag and Zafari crashed out, but they were still classified in 18th and 19th. Holst, Wolf, and D'Alesio did not finish, so they did not classify at the end. Felix Sontag, in fact, was the man who set the fastest lap. So, not like it goes towards anything because he wants to forget this weekend altogether. In fact, Ferrari were just dominating on the fastest lap charts. Look at that.
Half a second quicker than Joseph Willows in the McLaren.
Indeed. So it's clear that McLaren have some competition this season in the form of Ferrari. It seems that Ferrari are a lot closer to McLaren than they were towards the end of last year. But that has been it then from the Australian Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as me and Stato did. There's a rundown of the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari will lead it in front of McLaren, Williams, BMW, Toro Rosso, and Honda. But that has been it then. So I hope you've enjoyed it. For me and Sato, it's goodbye, and we will see you for the Malaysian Grand Prix. Until then, take care.